Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese snacks and treats. Today we have 2 snacks to try from Boksu. So the first, these are our potato chips. These are Mentai Mayo. As the name kind of implies, these are mentaiko and mayo flavored. Though the culture guide does mention that there's a bit of beef in here apparently, which is not mentioned in the name. So very unusual combination that should be pretty good. I'm very curious to see how they turn out. We're also going to try, these are our chili garlic oil rice crackers. Fairly straightforward. I think these are going to be pretty good. We have had some of the best rice crackers on this channel. I'm very much looking forward to them. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! So starting with our potato chips, Mentai Mayo, and yes, it is listed in the culture guide that way. Okay, that's interesting. I can very much smell the mayo on these. And you can see the seasoning on these, which is always a good sign. It looks and feels like this is a potato chip made from a potato. Very important with Japanese potato chips. Definitely a very unusual flavor combination. It's not bad. So first, texture-wise, it is, like I said, it's a Japanese potato chip. And the thing that you have to keep in mind with Japanese potato chips is there are 2 styles. One is the kind that most people, at least that I know, think of immediately, which is it's sliced from a potato, fried in oil or baked, what have you, but it's sliced directly from a potato. The other, which is not distinguished by name, is kind of like Pringles, where they make a mash and then form the chip, and that's the chip. They're not bad, but there's definitely a very distinct difference between Pringles and the rest of the chip world. They don't distinct that at all in Japanese potato chips. But the ones that are cut from a potato are so good. They are like the perfect level of greasiness, where you've just got like a little bit, but not too much. It doesn't like leave a greasy feel on your fingers. Perfect crunch. Absolutely delightful. There's a reason I'm in love with Japanese potato chips. Flavor-wise, it's a little interesting. You really do get the spice from the mentaiko, which is, I believe, spicy cod roe, which is part of what makes this is a really unusual flavor, mixed with mayo, which feels very unusual for me, and then to throw beef in. They kind of work. You really get the spiciness. You definitely are getting that mayo, and that beef kind of swoops in underneath. But I can also understand why people might feel hesitant about it. They do kind of work. I don't think it's my favorite, though, personally. That said, again, they're not bad, but the texture is so good that I would be interested to see, Box, if you're watching, if you're listening, I would be interested to see more from this brand, just because they clearly have a really good base potato chip. I'm just not sure how much I personally particularly care for this flavor combination, and I can understand anyone who also kind of has similar hesitations. It does kind of work, but it's very much going to be one of those where it's a personal choice. The one thing I really can decidedly say is one thing that we have noticed on the channel is, of course, we talk about it, the seafood curse. And something I have noticed is mentaiko has been really good at avoiding it. Usually any snack that has mentaiko flavor as kind of their seafood flavor dodges the seafood curse, no issue. And this follows that trend. The seafood curse is not here. It tastes really nice and fresh. So if you do enjoy the flavor combination, or if you're curious about it, you're not going to get that kind of day-old stink, which is something I really appreciate about Mentai is that, again, it manages to dodge that, and that flavor always comes through really nice and beautifully. So moving on to our chili garlic oil rice crackers. I'm very curious. It doesn't have a very strong scent. I appreciate that you can really see the seasoning on here. I do find it interesting. It's shaped like Haki no Tane, but it is quite a bit bigger. It has a very different, it feels very different. It's not that smooth shine. Very interested to see how this turns out. It has a really nice crunch to it. Very different from the Kaki no Tane. It's much more similar to some of the other rice crackers, the ones that are kind of puffy, where it kind of has a crispy vibe to the crunch, if that makes sense. Very garlicky, and you definitely get the heat from that chili oil. I'm not sure how much I particularly care for it personally, but it's not bad. You definitely have to like garlic. The heat from the chili oil, so I am a wimp when it comes to spice. I have very little tolerance for spice, and I can handle it. So it's definitely spicy, so if you're somebody who's always on the mild salsa, you might want to be tentative, but if you're somebody who really enjoys spice, be forewarned, I do medium mild salsa, and I can handle this spice. So it's definitely not going to be quite up there, but if you're somebody who kind of is more towards the middle and you like that kick, you might enjoy it. But yeah, that's that one. Gochi-so-sama. So to recap, we tried our potato chips mentai mayo, which texture-wise were fantastic. Flavor-wise, mentaiko, mayo, and beef still feel kind of like a weird combination. It does somehow kind of work. A lot better than I thought it might. It's still not my favorite, though, unfortunately. We also tried our chili garlic oil rice crackers. Very garlicky, with a bit of a kick from that chili oil. It kind of has a bit of a crispity crunch. It's not crazy spicy. It's, again, I'm very, very much a spice wimp, and I can handle this level of spice. If you're somebody who really loves spicy, you might wish it was hotter. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.